guys, welcome back. Last time we left off at a not so very nice ending. Yeah, so today the plan is to continue the main story and see what happens and what we can find out about the Starborn. So that's gonna be exciting. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, we're supposed to talk to this guy over here.
Keeper Aquilus, can we have a moment?
Oh, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds?
I would think your church is connected to a group of space weirdos. No. We need to talk about unity.
Oh. Yeah. How humanity comes together. How we are to love each other even as our universe becomes even more complex.
That's not exactly what we mean. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret?
Perhaps we should talk about this inside.
So there is something secret.
Now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
We were attacked by a group called the Starborn.
We've lost people, Keeper.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And these Starborn, I take it they're different from the people of the settled systems? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. Beyond rational thought, we enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here.
We know it's a stretch, but we hope you can help us.
I think I can. If you're willing to find your way in the dark for a bit longer, I can give you a path of discovering its meaning. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more.
Let's hear this story then. There must be more to it.
In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun. And he gave them each a part of the truth. Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code, a way of finding the pilgrim again, or at least his grave?
That's an odd saying, very specific.
Yes, something must be there. I just can't put my finger on it. Maybe the answer will become clear when we have more. The House of Enlightenment and Varun have versions of this story.
Fine, I'll talk to them.
The Enlightened work out of the well here in New Atlantis, helping the poorest citizens find a better life for themselves. Varun worshippers are more enigmatic, But there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking UC ships. I visited her a couple of times. Hopefully, she'll be willing to talk to you as well.
I'll stay here with the Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
Right.
When you get a moment, can we talk?
Yeah.
There needs to be a bigger word than thanks. More than gratitude. And whatever that word is, I feel that way towards you. I'd be
Okay,
dead.
Sam.
Flat out dead if it weren't for you.
I'm just glad as hell I didn't lose you both.
You and me both. Truly. I gotta ask. Why me? It was an impossible situation. And if it's wrong to ask, sorry, but it's gonna keep me up at night. Sarah Morgan was our leader. She held everything together. I just don't know if I'd pick me
Who
over
did I
her.
pick? Couldn't leave Cora without a father.
For my girl's sake, I cannot thank you enough. How are you holding up? Are you okay?
I'm just numb from it all.
I don't blame you. That Hunter bastard's gotta pay. Pay big time. I don't care if he's starborn and indestructible. We need to figure out a way to take him down. Nobody messes with my family like that.
I won't rest until I take that bastard down.
Just bring me along when you do. This is personal. I just want you to know, I'm here for you. The only way we're gonna get through this is if we all lean on each other.
Got it.
That your ship that landed not too long ago? Sure is something.
If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, we're not. Sorry. Can I help you?
Here comes the traits into play. Raised enlightened. I'm a member myself. Did you know that?
Oh, sorry. I didn't. Good to meet you. How did you end up joining? A lot of atheists just stick to themselves, you know?
I joined when I was young. I barely remember why.
Well, I hope you stayed for your own reasons.
That's why I'm careful with all this with Cora. I want her to make up her own mind.
It's funny, you know? I think about our names sometimes. House of Enlightenment. Supposed to be a callback to Age of Enlightenment. Humanity first began to see the universe through science, not superstition. But, of course, most people just think we're being condescending. Anyway, was there something else you needed?
I'm looking for something called unity. I know not some vague concept of the word.
Did Keeper Aquilus send you? Oh boy.
Look, I know it sounds crazy, but it's important. Really important.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity pilgrim, but since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Aquilus is describing.
I want coffee and donuts. You've talked about this with Keeper Aquilus before? 'Cause that's interesting.
He's always going on about trying to bring people of all beliefs together. Really wants there to be some shared story or origin. Look, I like the Keeper, but belief is the problem. okay? We don't need a shared narrative or theology. We need to help each other in practical terms.
Let's hear it.
A man walks into the first House of Enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of two that.
What did they mean? Each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up.
It's part of our core principles. There's no God pushing us to do good for some eternal reward. We have to help each other because we choose to. If no one takes responsibility for making the settled systems better, then we're just leaving it to the tyrants to bully the rest of us.
Maybe there's a message hidden in what he was saying.
Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again.
Can you tell me anything else about Unity, what it means?
Besides what the Keeper would say about it? Sounds like a gathering point, or a center. Or, in mathematics, it would mean one, like the one, the first or the beginning.
Thank you, you've given me a lot to think about.
Always happy to help. If you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of aid efforts to coordinate. Oh, hey, actually hold up 1 second. You're part of the Enlightened, right? Here, little practical aid from your friends in the movement.
Give me your stuff.
Ah, if it isn't my favorite part-time security.
Just one quiet day. That too much to ask for?
Right? Oh, you.
A visitor? I have all the company I need.
I know you've talked to Keeper Aquilus about the Varun faith.
He knows not the truth. He sends another to ask more incessant questions.
I never can make heads or tails of these guys.
The Great Serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful will be made as dust. That is the truth. No more, no less.
Keeper Aquilus spoke of a pilgrim. I need to know more about him.
It would be really helpful if you told us about it. If that even matters in the slightest to you.
Yes, I have spoken to your keeper about this. I will tell you what I told him, and then you will leave me. Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the Great Serpent, he does not hesitate. He cuts the unbeliever down. But the unbeliever returns. Jinan realizes the Great Serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. 4 times they fight. Over 120 rotations of the planet they are on. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan, the unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows this is blasphemy, and delivers the killing blow. That is all.
I need to know the meaning of a word. Unity?
I have heard of no such thing. If it exists, it is a shadow that the Great Serpent casts to deceive the faithless.
There must be more to your god than just killing.
Strength and conviction show your worthiness to the Great Serpent. The kill is not as important as showing there is no doubt. I grow tired of speaking. Leave me.
You know, there are folks I sometimes see only once every few years. In between, they're just out there. Jumping.
Okay.
Oh, you're back. What did you learn? Was there something hidden in their stories, like we thought?
Mm-hmm. The enlightened story used the words second and two.
Planets are often named by number. That second might mean the second planet in the system. What else did you learn?
Spoke to the Varun Zealot, and she said Janan fought 4 times over 120 days.
If there really is a location the Pilgrim wanted us to find, those do sound awfully like coordinates. Was there anything else?
In your story, the Pilgrim contemplates infinitum addendum. That must mean something.
Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that points to a name. If we're looking for his resting place, we'd need to know the name of the star system, wouldn't we? Let's see. We have something that could be coordinates. Something that could point to a planet in the system. But what's the name of the system? Infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No systems named finite or add. That just leaves in and dumb. Well, that's certainly how I feel.
Next planet I find him naming Dum Dum. What do you think?
Well, I suppose that'll make someone laugh.
Me? Indum, that's the name of the star system?
Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum. At 4 and 120. That's where you'll find the Pilgrim's resting place. And from there, maybe you'll find the true meaning.
I have a feeling
unity.
we're gonna deal with this guy
Before you go,
later
you've
on.
now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. In a way, you'll be carrying their philosophies with you on this journey. I know you're looking for a specific unity, but if you had to guess what it was, what interpretation would you give it?
Yeah. There's something sacred out there bringing everything together.
Ah, but what makes something like that holy? Gravity is also a force that brings things together. Should that be sanctified?
Isn't it already sanctified? Doesn't the sanctum have grav pilgrims?
Yes and no. We believe God is out there waiting for us in the universe, and that the grav jump will bring us closer. But is gravity itself an article of faith? What do you think?
What to go with? Yes, gravity is a miracle, just like life itself.
And so you think this word unity describes a similar miracle? The processes of the universe are all in accordance with some greater intent.
This is all a bit above my pay grade.
Well, I won't keep you any longer. This has been fun.
I don't know why
I have to
they
admit.
would dislike that.
Go, find your truth.
bad guys here, or am I safe? Okay. Has to be more, right? No, didn't need to go up there. What? Scared the crap out of me. Ooh. We might have to fight here.
I thought today was gonna be done.
Oh, Jesus.
Need my friend. Commander. I'm great.
Yeah, I'm great too.
Smells part of the job.
Yeah. There's more over here too, so that's great.
Those ruins, they look ancient. Oh, Vladimir would go nuts for this. Barrett too.
I don't know, man. Reloading is not great. Can I use something else? Oh, this is what I'm using already.
I guess we're scared of this.
We really did. Oh. Hey. We did something.
It can't be. You found me. I knew I made the right choice in letting you go.
Okay. What do you mean?
Oh, please. Did you think I couldn't have found you again? Extinguished that little spark of competition for the artifacts before it grew stronger. I wanted to see what you would do. And I haven't been disappointed.
Keeper Aquila sent me to find the true meaning of unity.
You did. Now it's all starting to make sense. You should come aboard. There's another Starborn here who is very interested.
Don't tell me that's the Keeper.
I can speak for myself.
Emissary.
Constellation ship. You weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us.
Oh god.
I will personally guarantee your safety as long as you come in peace.
And think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately want.
Whew. And who's the second Starborn that's guaranteeing my safety?
Let's just say they're very dedicated to stopping me from getting the artifacts. So if you don't trust me, well, they're your next
as hell. Fine, I'll begin the docking procedure. I'm too curious.
See? We can all get along. For now.
For now, that's for sure, yeah. My gosh. And I brought Sam, that's pissed off too.
Hello. Again. Do you remember the Emissary, perhaps? And their ship, the Helix? I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded that artifact you worked so hard to gain.
Thank you for the stellar introduction. Your success is unprecedented. Before you came, we were just discussing how continued use of force against you is unwise.
All we ever wanted was to talk. You attacked us.
Yes, we did. We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
We are all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest. The Emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
We needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
For whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should.
You're talking in circles. I came to learn about the Unity.
Yes. Let's talk about what really matters.
The Unity. You are on the path to it. It is a place, a gateway. It is where we were reborn.
You've really come a long way since the Welcome to Constellation speech, haven't you?
This is some kind of cruel trick.
I'm not who you think I am.
Okay.
This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who stayed at the lodge to protect the artifacts. You died on board the Eye while we held off the Hunter.
One of me, at least.
I collected the remaining artifacts, and they opened the way to the center of my universe, and the doorway to an infinite number of others. That is the Unity. When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn. It's how I've entered other worlds, including yours.
So this Unity is where the artifacts are from, the temples?
They are all connected.
But both of you are trying to keep people from it.
I have to. This is bigger than all of us. All the artifacts are needed to complete the Armillary and open the way to the Unity.
Oh, okay.
In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die. You've witnessed the power granted by the temples, the anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it comes. The Emissary tells you only the worthy should enter heaven.
You're twisting what I mean.
They're hypocrites. They use the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts to establish an order where they decide who's worthy. I attacked your lodge because I wanted the artifacts, and you held me off. You got away. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, luck, and skill. As I have done countless times.
I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity is within your grasp?
What the heck? You've been to the Unity multiple times. What does that mean?
It means I've seen thousands of universes, collected their artifacts, been to their temples. You have a small taste of their power, but it keeps going.
Keeper Aculus? No, some other version of the same person.
You're learning. My other self wants you to walk the path he walks, to give up, to appreciate the universe you have. Easy for a person who's seen everything, done everything. I think you should see it for yourself.
Woo.
You've never come this far. Not in all the universes I've seen. The path to the Unity is opening to you.
You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of our sides.
Oh my god, this is difficult. So I help one of you, we combine our artifacts, enter the Unity, but then one of them could screw me over. I'm not helping someone who murdered my friend, which is where I'm leaning. Or also, whatever war is going on between you two, I want no part in it.
You're already in it. With artifacts, come Starborn searching for them, fighting over them. I want a truce between all three of us. Give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine, or the Hunters.
Yes. Let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us isn't trying to judge you.
But one of you also killed my friend.
I'll tell you everything. I know we are not the same people we met in our universes. Still, it is good to see you again, old friend.
Who was I in your universe? What was I like?
Different. I never know who you are when I meet a new version, but so much of you stays the same. It's hard, but each universe is precious in its own way. Mine will never have its original you in it again, as yours won't have its real me.
So you try to protect artifacts, keep them from being abused?
You've seen the terror the Hunter causes. Every time a Starborn goes through the Unity, they get more artifacts, find more temples, gain more power. We can't let more like him abuse these gifts to destroy whatever's in their way.
What exactly is the Emissary?
When all the artifacts are assembled, the device they create is called the Armillary.
Armillary.
In many ways, it's a model of the multiverse itself. Through it, you can reach the Unity. And from there, you can become Starborn.
What happens when you enter the Unity?
It's not an easy experience to describe, but the Unity will speak to you. Offer you the chance to become Starborn. You will be leaving this universe behind to be reborn. Everything you were before will be gone. Maybe that's why it offers the choice. Compassion? Or is it testing us?
You might think the Emissary is on your side, but your persistence is what forced them to tell you the truth. Remember that.
What is the Unity to you? Why kill for it?
Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us. One whose prize is access to the center of all creation. There are no rules. Whoever gets all the pieces wins. And I've won. Over and over. I don't kill for the Unity. I find the easiest pathway.
I don't like his answer to that. I win over and over, but isn't that about time then to have a different way of it, you know? Why did you attack us?
I've simply found that it's the quickest way. Talking, forming alliances, waiting for the right moment to commit theft. It's all so tiresome. I'll admit, you getting away has been the most interesting thing to happen in quite some time. As soon as I realized what had happened, I knew I needed to wait until this meeting with the Emissary to decide what to do about you.
See, like, in this playthrough, I haven't been the most perfect player anyway, so, like, talking about theft and all that, like, we're picking up stuff from other people, you know? But I feel like the Hunter is doing it in a malicious way. And it's also killing people along the way as well, innocent people. After you attacked the lodge, you let me go. Why?
To see what would happen, of course. You might not understand just how many times I've done this. Usually, you're the one who ends up dead, and whoever cries over your body goes on to become the Emissary. Sometimes I manage to get you all bunched up and take care of the problem in one go. Sometimes the Emissary has gotten to me first, and I never arrive. Hundreds and hundreds of variations of me, packing through Constellation. And it's almost never you. You making it to your ship on your own. It's new. I took it as a sign. I don't get many of those anymore.
You called the Emissary a hypocrite. Why?
They enter the Unity, take artifacts from others, employ force. All the things I do. I am many things, but I would never tell anyone what to do with their gifts. That is your decision, not someone else's. The Emissary wants to become the judge of who gets to enter, but the Unity itself doesn't judge.
You had this meeting because of me?
No, we always end up having this meeting at this time. But it's the usual affair. Can we make peace? No. Oh, how tragic. Honestly, I was beginning to wonder why I kept attending. And it's bad habit I started a long time ago. Perhaps I just like meeting the Emissary to gloat. But you have provided something quite new to talk about. Maybe you're a random die roll. Or maybe the Unity is finally responding to all my hard work.
Before you leave, I want to give you something. A way to another artifact, but also a lesson in how dangerous they can be. Seek the moon of Old Earth. There are secrets there you must discover for yourself. Here, to open the way.
Thank you. All I ever wanted was answers.
And I am sorry we have not always been forthcoming. I hope you will see what I have seen. You should also talk to your colleagues in Constellation. I am sure they have gathered more information on the remaining artifacts in the fringes of space. Part of me wonders what they will all say about what you have learned. But I will leave that to you.
public face of the United Colonies.
I wonder what they're gonna say about my meeting here. Oof.
I sometimes still can't believe I got my own room here. I keep thinking they'll one day say it was all an elaborate practical joke.
Hey, I've been talking with the others, and I'd like to get everyone together. To say goodbye.
What?
You know,
Oh,
to Sarah.
I was like, you're not leaving too. I'll be there, Noel, I promise.
Thank you. It wouldn't be the same without you there. I'll have everything set up in a few days.
Mateo told us about your pilgrim's voyage.
You found it, didn't you? The meaning of unity.
It's the center of a multiverse. We're building the way to it.
Wait, say that again? Multiple universes?
You can't possibly mean what I think you mean.
Hate to be the responsible one, but the big bombshell of what we're actually building here might need another second to sink in. Want to go over this whole multiple universe thing for everyone?
Yes, I wouldn't mind a little more detail.
Apparently, in another universe, I died and Sarah lived. She's the Emissary now, a Starborn.
Explains why the Starborn want the artifact so bad. Get them all, and you've got a gateway to infinity.
I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to travel between universes.
Plus what it would do to the mind? Enlightenment? Or oblivion? Like the Hunter.
You have the opportunity to reach the closest thing to your god that might exist. And you're second-guessing it?
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some trepidation.
We should all take time to think about what this means.
You're right. This is a lot to take in.
Guess a little time to get our heads straight wouldn't hurt. But you know where I'll want to be when everyone's ready. Front and center.
Not to make a sharp turn in a grand tale, but I got the eye fixed up. Bruised, but still blinking. Let me know when you're ready to follow up on what it's seen.
If you are free...
These last glimpses from the eye are from the farthest fringes of known space. Could be the only remaining pieces outside the hands of the Starborn.
Thanks, Vladimir. I'll follow up on these.
Catch a smile out there.
She wanted
You
to talk.
forget.
I wanted to thank you
Place like the lodge
for giving me the chance to work with you.
until it's threatened.
I know we met under, unusual circumstances. You seem to be acclimating well to Constellation. Are you enjoying working with them?
Certainly not like anything I've done before.
I think none of us were expecting what we have found. Well, perhaps Mateo. You have certainly become a vital part of the organization. That is a credit to your abilities. If I may, from what you have seen, do you think I fit in well with the rest of Constellation?
If you're asking, I assume you feel like you don't.
No, I do not. But I find it hard to quantify. Many of the other members are polite, but distant. I worry that my background and my actions concern them. I have not shared much, but everyone knows I worked with smugglers for years. I am no stranger to violence and death.
I'm sure you did what you had to.
Yes, exactly. I survived. That was the only goal. For those that have not lived it, it can be difficult to imagine or accept. Others here have seen conflict, but for more noble causes. Vladimir is the only one here who can begin to understand. He was the one who pressed the group to include me. I lack his charm. He puts others at ease. I fear my presence does the opposite.
Have you tried telling more jokes? Yeah. Don't worry so much about what others think of you.
It is strange. I admit it has never been an issue before now. I know this seems trivial, perhaps childish. I have just always relied only on myself. I have never been surrounded by people like this. By a group I wish to be a part of. Does that make sense?
I don't think what you're saying is childish.
Thank you. That is reassuring. Discussing these things is challenging for me. I hope now you can better understand why I wanted to keep the circumstances of our meeting quiet. I wanted to thank you for not saying anything to Vladimir. I know that you said you wouldn't, but it is still a relief. I would like my contributions to Constellation to amount to more than violence.
It was clearly important to you that I not say anything.
Indeed it was. And now I hope you can see why. Thank you for talking this over with me. It is good to know that at least one member of Constellation understands me.
There we go. Yeah, we met with two of the Starborn, the Emissary and the Hunter. We're up against a choice between the two soon, I'm guessing. And for now, I'm leaning towards the Emissary. I'm not quite sure though, because the Hunter has some points, but I also don't like his approach. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, it's been interesting. Seeing Sarah as the Emissary was a shock, to say the least. Interesting. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. If you haven't already, please join the Gilded server. There's a link down in the description, and I hope to see you there. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.